This is purely a personal story. I have been practicing since the last 13 years. I have always enjoyed consulting patients, talking to them, taking care of them, seeing them heal, being part of their sadness and happiness, and handholding them to take charge of their health. But things changed a little. It was Feb 2024. I was having my busiest month ever, with my hospital full of patients and a full calendar of back-to-back online consultations. I was just doing consultations after consultations after consultations. I would wake up in the morning literally thinking, what time is my consultations today? And I would even dream of consultations. I would be dreaming about my patients in my sleep. One day I had 4 patients lined up for consults at the hospital, face-to-face consults, and each one was 30 minutes each. All these patients were known to me since a very long time. Usually patients join for 3 or 6 month programs, and I have consultations once in 2 weeks with them. After they finish their programs, if necessary, I invite them to the hospital for treatments. They stay at the hospital, eat my Ayurvedic food, and I do face-to-face consults with them. Over this time, I would have bonded so much with the patients, and some even have become my closest friends. On this day of consultation, I had 3 of my closest patients lined up. Naturally, the half an hour slot invariably went beyond 45 minutes to 1 hour. The first patient came in. She was 60 years old and had high cholesterol and high uric acid, pre-diabetic, and several other issues when I first met her. I took care of her in my programs for 3 months, but beyond that, she was a follower on my Instagram since a very long time. We had very little medical conversations. She was talking to me about her divorce and how she struggled and her personal story. She was crying a lot. I felt so helpless and I felt disheartened. Being a doctor, I can only help someone so much, and there was not much I could help beyond that. And I felt helpless and miserable and thought, why is the universe so unfair to nice people? The consultation got over. The second patient came in. She was having ulcerative colitis. If you know ulcerative colitis, it's not just a disease of the body, it is closely associated with the mind too. I was close to her too after the 6-month program. Since this consultation was again the last time this patient would see me, she was very happy, gave me blessings, etc. But towards the end, she said from the hospital she was going back to her in-laws' house. That stresses her out completely. The third patient also had a similar story. This was a mother and a daughter who had come for the daughter's gut health and periods issue. The mother was telling me about all the trauma the daughter had to face, physical and mental torture from her dad. I was silent. I listened to the whole conversation. The fourth patient came in. And for no reason, I still don't know why I did that. I cried before the patient started speaking. This was the first time in my entire life and practice and career that I was crying in front of a patient. I felt sad for no reason of mine. I felt like my whole body was not able to move, and I realized this is burnout. My driver picked me and took me home, and my mom was next to me the whole day. As I was lying on the bed, I cancelled the evening online consultations and I could not face anyone anymore. My mom told me that I have to take a break. I said my consults are fixed 3 months in advance, so I cannot cancel them. But she said, you cannot just keep taking care of everyone else when you are not taking care of yourself. You need a break and total rest for the mind and body. I had to listen to her and I took a break for 1 month. It was difficult to postpone and reschedule consultations, but the patients were kind enough to understand. But that 1 month gave me the much needed time to sit and think, have some idle time, and use my mind and realize what was going wrong with me and how to overcome it. I looked for ideas everywhere. I read books, I talked to people. I finally realized I don't have to look anywhere for the answers. I just have to look within me, and with me, I have Ayurveda. I found the solution in my Prakriti. 6 months down the line, today, when I look in the mirror, I see a very relaxed, chilled out, happy, healthy Dr. Rekha, and not the old, burned out, stressed out, miserable Dr. Rekha. Would you like to know how Ayurveda and my Prakriti helped me? Wait for the part 2. I will tell you how you can use your own Prakriti to transform your life and achieve success just like how I did. Love and light, Dr. Rekha.